Miss Tamara, Miss Diva Trucker 43. I just wanted to come and give you an update on lease purchase and my pay settlement for February the 12th, 2015 at what I made within the week, okay? As you can see, let's go over it line by line just to see if lease purchase is something that you are interested in and if it may work for you. I did 3 trips, okay? And this is my first trip number. It was 1,006 miles. It paid $973.28. $9.23 is collected for fuel tax, which you have to pay to go through each state. So you pay 1 cent per mile to go through the state. So you pay $9.23. You also have a fuel surcharge, which is 30 cents. So you get paid $276 towards fuel for this 1,106 mile run. My next trip is 1,363 miles. It paid $1,199.44. I paid fuel tax of $13.01. I got a fuel surcharge of 30 cents, and I got $390 in fuel, and that was that 9-5 run. Okay. My third run that I did was 611 miles. It paid $539. I'm sorry, it paid $537.68. I paid $5.31 for the fuel tax. I got $159.30 into the fuel surcharge. So it made my total gross of all my miles together of $3,509.35. Okay, and this is 3,068 miles when you add all the miles up. Okay, these are the things that I get reimbursed for. Okay, my third and fourth quarter fuel tax, because they took that out. The unit fuel, which is $57.29, that's your reefer trailer. So KLLM pays that, and they pay your washout, which is $25, so they pay that as well. So my total reimbursements was $247.56. Okay, now these are the things that's going to be taken out of your check, out of your settlement statement every week. There are fixed costs. There's nothing you can do about it. This right here is your maintenance fund. With your maintenance fund, it's $338, and it depends on how many miles you run, and it's 11 cents a mile. Okay, and they take this out until you reach $10,000. Once you reach your $10,000, this $300, it comes back to you a week. Okay, so this is taken out a week until you reach $10,000, and this money comes right on back to you. Okay, it takes you about 9 months. If you run like this, it takes you about 9 months to make the cap of your maintenance. Usually with a new vehicle, the only thing that you're going to be paying out most of the time within that first year is your PM, which is done every 30,000 miles, and that runs about maybe $350. Okay. This right here is your satellite. This is your Qualcomm. This thing right here is your Qualcomm. You pay $19 a month to rent this. You also pay $7.52 in bobtail insurance. That means that if I'm in town and I need to disconnect from my trailer, I can drive around and still be covered under what is called bobtail insurance. That's $7.52. So then you have occupational health, which is workman's comp. For instance, if you get hurt while you're out here in your truck or your trailer, and you get hurt on a job, then you're covered, and that's $35.62 a week. This is your tractor insurance, which is $94.95 a week, and it is to pay for if anything happens to your tractor. This right here, we rent the trailer, so we pay $15.27 to rent our trailers every week. This is my legal plan, which is $2.98 a week. And it's for if you get any tickets, any kind of problems with the law or your CDL or anything like that. It covers you professionally and personally. So you can call them and they can help you out on any tickets or anything else that you may come across. The last thing that you have taken out, which is a fixed expense, is your truck payment. Okay, truck payment, lease payment, $525.03, and you pay that every week. So my truck payment is about $2,000 a month for 4 weeks. If there's a 5th week in the month, it's $2,500. Okay, but this right here is totally deductible. You can that's a tax deduction. Your maintenance is a tax deduction, and the other stuff, or some of it, is tax deductible as well. This is my fuel cost. I got $265 here, $285, $57.29. Remember that $57.29? That's reefer. So that was reimbursed back to me. $182, $158, and $101. So my fuel for the week came to about $991. And 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, about $900. Then your fixed expenses came to about $1,000. So then the total amount that was taken out of my pay settlement was $2,088.49. So what I got deposited into my account is $1,668.42. Okay, now I've been running since January. These are the miles that I've had since January. So for 6 weeks, I have ran 13,632 miles, and I have a gross revenue of $21,348.62. Okay, so this is what you would average on a weekly basis. And if you work, now what can affect that is if you go home. If you don't work that much, if you have a slow week, then your check is not going to be like this. If you take a vacation, when you come home, when you go home, you don't get paid. When your wheels don't turn, you do not make any money. So if you go home for a week, when you're on an operator, all these fixed expenses still exist. So you're $1,000 in the hole if you didn't run a mile. You have to at least run about 1,000 miles just to break even on your fixed expenses. Then you have to watch your fuel. Okay, you got to watch where you're fueling. Like on the yard, we can fuel for $2.12. When you out there at Love's, and sometimes, a lot of times, they will tell you where to fuel, and I try to stick to that because they're going to get the best fuel out there on the road. But when you're at the terminal, then it's best to fill up at the yard for $2.12. Okay, we try to fill for the load. We try to fill for whatever that load is running us. That's how I do it. Some people just fill up. But I calculate and see what it will take me to make that run. And I put enough fuel in there to do that. A lot of things that can affect it is if you run in the, a lot of things that can affect it if you run in the south. If you run in the south, okay, if you run in the south, the fuel is cheaper in the south than it is up north. So you want to pay attention to that when you're going up north. The thing I like about lease purchase is that I get a brand new vehicle, okay? I'm not going to have a lot of maintenance issues, but for my PM, for my oil changes, okay? If I run this vehicle well, maintain it, take care of it, I can build up that maintenance fund to $10,000. I can put the rest of it, the $300 and something a week, back into my account. So that's an extra $1,200 a month. Then I can start saving for my own truck. Okay, so then when I get ready to either turn in a lease, or I may decide to keep the truck, because in 6 years this truck is yours. And the best thing about it is that I got a truck with 29 miles on it. Okay, it's an automatic, it's a brand new Freightliner. I'm going to put about 100,000 miles on this truck a year. Okay, so after 6 years I got 600,000 miles on this truck. They're all the miles that I done. I know the maintenance on the I know the maintenance that it's been worked on this truck. I know how it drives, and it's paid for. I don't have to buy another vehicle. So this is what works for me, and I'm getting about 45% 50% of the gross running on miles, which is not bad. The downfall about lease purchase, that it will not work for you. Again, like I say, I don't have rent, I don't have utilities, I don't have car note, I don't have insurance. I'm not trying to